at some point. Maybe a few things going around here.
All right. Very good. Well, greetings and welcome to the Table in the Tavern. Welcome back. My name is, of course, Patrick or Leon Jenkins, and today we're hanging out with some friends, Dustin and Cody. They're going to do some 15mm war games with reenactment of the Battle of the Bulge, as it were. Go ahead and take it away there, Dustin.
All right. To start with, we already set things up and rolled for setup. And I rolled to set up first, so I got side choice. And so I picked this side. And now we're about to roll to see who's actually going to be moving first. So let's grab some dice here. Let's see what we got. Oh, I think you're probably going to be the first here. Or no. Okay. 2 and a 1. I was not optimistic about my chances there. All right. Check a couple things real quick. All right. So this works a little bit like Wargamer. Everybody moves, shoots, assaults, artillery, all on your turn. So I'm going to start with some infantry over here, and I've got a reference sheet over there for your movements and things. So I have some standard infantry over here. They are going to be moving at a speed of probably 8 inches here. Like the dash. I'm going to start this platoon here. Try close to the house. He might cross the threshold. Oh, here. Position in the house. Everybody else is just going to follow suit. Sounds comfortable. String out just a little bit. Generally, I try to keep everything out in a string up to 6 inches apart, kind of an arbitrary shouting distance. And for those watching, what we're playing is Flames of War, and this is sort of a hybrid V3, V4 version with some house rules thrown in. There were some things that I disagreed with, and so since most of the games are played here at home, we just house ruled them the way we saw fit. And it actually plays better in my opinion. So one thing about U.S. Armed Rifle platoons is I have a lot of bazookas. I don't know if you saw those guys over here. But that's going to be something that the Germans are going to want to watch for. Yeah, you got some fun toys too.
I think all my guys Enterprise.
Yeah, they should be, I think, Panzer 10 teams. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have like a bunch of associated.
Yep.
Wonders.
I think I'm going to leave my recon section sitting now. We're going to the tank destroyers. And we're lucky enough to already be deployed in the wood, so I don't have to worry about crossing into it. They move standard tank, which is a 10-inch tactical weight. Set up here on the edge. Have these guys over here. This is the American Rifle platoon. Got the man team sitting up there. So two different units can spot for artillery: the mans and the actual spotters themselves. So if you have any artillery, you can use item to spot. And I don't think you actually. Well, no, you brought some artillery. So when we get to that, I'll show you how that works. I'm going to dismount my recon section because they just rolled down the road, sighted those Panzers, and said, "Oh no, I think we better take cover here." They are going to go to the building, so they will dismount. Vehicles disappear because they are. They can use their weapons, but they have to be free. So them jumping off, they send us to the rear, and we don't really. Especially again. If I can get this. These guys here. These guys. I think these guys are going to sit tight for some spots. Don't have anything I can shoot at yet. If I can see anything. So, what do you? And we have to go. I guess I didn't explain objectives. The Germans have to take this fuel dump over here, or they have to take this little farmyard. The U.S. has to go and find some tanks that have been destroyed previously and get whatever intel that might still exist from the cruise. And you have to take one of those objectives for the game to end. Destroy two. Let's see. I don't believe so. I think this is purely objectives from what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, it's like you're the
Winning the game, player wins if they end their turn holding an objective on the opposite side of the table. Apologies for the pups. Yep, so it's purely objective.
Everyone loves puppies.
Well, there's 3 of them running around here.
Well, rather, everyone loves puppies that doesn't not love puppies. Very vague, but those people are weird.
So what you'll do is you'll move forward, actually probably a little less, put the end of your tape measure up to the edge of the wood. Probably be burning up 2 inches there, give or take, to get to the edge. When you get to the edge, we're going to roll for each vehicle, unless you use a command that I showed that might help. And that was one thing I failed to mention. That was another element. I had 2 things. Yep, I was trying just basic nuts and bolts game, but there are orders. Yeah. So you can do a cross here. So the unit lead half track, which is the guy with the officer where you can stand there, will move up first. He will issue the order. And what you're going to do for your order is you're going to do a skill check. So go ahead and move him up. Then roll a d6. And you are fearless trained, right? So trained is a 4 up on your tactics rating. So if you succeed that, they move into the woods, and it's easier for every kind of. You got it. Okay. So your tactics rating is going to drop down to a 3+. And that'll be for every half track trying to go in. So go ahead and finish the movement for the command one. See the spot will be crossed. So is that as far as you want to go with it? And when you're in the woods, always specify whether you're in the middle of the woods or in the edge. I made these woods deep enough you kind of disappear. So next one up, give that one a roll, and he succeeds on a 3 up instead of a 2 because you succeeded in the order. Oh, he's not crossing, so he stops there. Go ahead and do the next one. Moving up the AA half track. 3, he makes it. That's the one out of all of them. Got stuck. I'm not in the really, well, I don't know. Those AT guns might be able to deal with that. All right. Oh, he's stunned. Let's try this guy. Okay, he's good. See, I think that's all of them. And the infantry don't have to roll anything fast. They just automatically, like, you just can't dash into terrain without doing the terrain dash, which I think is still at 80, 12, 12. And you got a 2 team with that squad. So not only do you have 3 shots per stand to throw at their MG teams, if you're holding still with that MG-22, that's 6. Right. So since you're in the middle of it, I can't see it. Yes, if they come off of a one, they're okay. But if you're going to enter another one, you'll have to roll with them. So go ahead and if you want, you can do the order again. Oh, not happened. Okay, so now it's a natural roll. So go ahead and roll for that tank. He's got 6, so he can still go in, but the rest of them have to roll a 4 up. So I need to get a turn marker out here because we don't start getting reinforcements until the 3rd turn. Turn 1. Can't imagine these poor GIs are too comfy in this corner. Scouts jump up to that 2nd floor and report, oh no, that Panzer's coming down the road. Oh, most of the unit. Now, if you get strung out too far, you will want to move your vehicles or troops to be up close with their parent unit again. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, perfectly. Yeah. Just got all the information and you want to go. Okay. See, I think that's it. So we're over to turn 2 already. Reinforcements might be coming in quicker than we think. Possibly. Depending on how lazy you are. Or delayed. No,
Yeah, I mean, it was 3rd aircraft going.
yeah. Aircraft are interesting. They either work really well or they don't.
What I like about it is you can basically just get a little plane marker. You only need to plane.
Yep.
And we have 4
Yeah, I saw that. The British have a similar thing with their artillery.
The British have artillery. Americans.
Put these guys up, and if you want to leave guys around, they move through each other.
I can be upset. So, at least understood that.
Yeah. The only thing is, with BattleTech, you can shoot through your friendly units. It's like, oh, it's the future of targeting computers. And with this, it's like, yeah, no, you don't want to do that. I would hate to have to go back to my commander and explain why the assault failed because we blasted everybody in the back. Oh, and I did not do it yet. I have a vehicle on this table. He's not even really going to probably participate. But I lost a good reenactor friend of mine here a little while ago, and I just learned of it fairly recently. And he owned I think it was like a 1942 Dodge weapons carrier. So, in honor of him, I have a weapons carrier just kind of sitting about the table. So I thought about making him replace a Jeep, but then he'd be a killable unit. He's just going to hang out. Well, still obscured by the wood there. I honestly feel like it might be in my best interest at this time.
Just realized I was muted. I'll give him a hoorah.
So much appreciated, hoorah. He was a pretty good friend and we greatly missed. The very first War II reenactment, U.S. for Special Service Force, which is what I technically still do now, he let me jump up on the back and fire the 50 cal. I got to go head to head with an armored car. Germans had on the other side, 222. I'll have to tell you probably not 222 and there's out of all right, I changed up super bit. And I don't really think there's too much else to do. Troop shifting idea. So I'll turn it over to you again. All right. Yeah, I'm sure that commander's pretty frustrated. Maybe that's why he's leaving. Hey, you idiots. Go right through there. I just right through there. Just one day. So one track staying. Oh, you got one more, remember. One was for the order, and one was for the first fast track. So one more. Oh, never mind. Wow. I'm sure that lieutenant or whatever he is probably screaming at them now. Sometimes those goofy things happen with this game. I think I told you about my factory assault. I ran German Marine Grenadiers, barely trained guys, up against U.S. Rangers, and I kept scaring them out of the factory. They kept doing the same to me, and it was just a back and forth over this factory. It's funny. Nobody bothered to find it. Or was it too tall? Oh man. Okay. I do take battles like that. This.
Yes, that's awesome. I slipped outside, smoked a cigarette.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but no, I'm the way I do.
They are lining up. Whoop! Oh, there goes your radio. How did it come off? I actually very likely glued that connector. So no worries. If we could say this, that was
That was Marlon. I see you're broadcasting that too, there. That's cool. So you got 2 different views.
What was that? I'm sorry.
I see that I got Cody's camera too, both of your cameras, so we got 2 different views. That's pretty cool.
Oh, nice. I didn't even think about that. Cool. All right. So go ahead and move everything else before you start shooting. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the United States get kind of crowded. Oh yeah, those poor guys are gonna get peppered. The return fire is gonna be interesting though. But at the same time, yes, and possibly these. I think I might be either of these. Your Panzer house might be a little too short a range. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Oh, you can pepper those poor guys. You better hope you can pepper them and kill them because they'll pepper you right. What's the wise decision? As soon as you set up, I'm like, yeah. You're just don't like call. What was this about being Hitler's elite? I don't know. They're funny, scary as they are. $75. So I guess there's a lazy one in every bunch. Maybe not during the thing. I was gonna say that's something you just kind of put your hand in. Well, him on the other hand, he's a trailer. Yes. Well, start opening it. So what happens here is you have 16 inches for the basic rifle PFGs. You've got all that this. So you move. Their rate of fire is 3 holding still. And I believe that drops the check to either 1 or 2 ending. The machine gun, the heavy MG42, it drops to half, so you're still rolling 3 from that. Yep. And you'll need it for these guys because they have a gun shield. Halted, rounded, half rounded down. So half of 3 rounded down would be 1. and you're good there. So you're rolling 1, 2, 3, 4 shots from the guys lined up across the front, and then add 3 for your machine. So you're rolling 7 shots at me, and I gotta check to see what you need to hit me. 7 armor, I believe is training. So here. Right. 7 is from the train. So we're gonna start the train rating hit, which is a 3 up. You're under 16 inches. I am in the woods for a 4. That is all. You need a 4 up. More hits. One more hit, and you would have pinned them 2. So now what I have to do is make a save for them. 4 saves. At a 3 up, I believe, or 4 up. I have to check that. Light medium is a 3 up. 4 3 ups. 4 3 ups. 6. Oh, since you hit me 4 times, pick which guy is going to take 2 hits. I'll just go ahead and roll for him.
That sounds like that hurt.
Well, he is firing a bunch of machine guns at some 57mm guns, and the poor crew is cowering behind their gun shields at the moment, hoping for the best.
Yep, they are.
Middle gun made both saves, a 5 and 6. We'll do the gun to the left with 6. Gun to the right with 6. Nice. Usually I don't play these. Change that. I am okay. Now, for future reference, if I had failed, you would do a fire check to count for just the volume of machine gun fire, and maybe Joe Schmo stuck his leg out beyond the gun shield, and you would need a 6 because it's smaller. And if you could roll a 6, you'd kill it. Right? Yeah, exactly. Okay. So they are done. Those 4 guys know you're there now. Commit some. I don't believe your panzers can shoot, right? That they train with. That is the end of the turn. Going to 3. And I believe is it the start of the 3rd? Let me see what turn they come up. At the start of the player's 3rd turn, on a 5 up, something comes in. So, and you roll 1 die. It's just me this time. But when it gets to you, that's when you'll roll. So let's see. 5 up. Nope. Nobody's out. Nobody's coming in yet. So next turn, I'll get 2 dice. And you'll get 2 dice. And it just kind of
it's turn 5. It's like,
yeah, roll a handful. Something's coming in, and you get free units too after you roll so many dice.
I
Okay. I think I'm gonna pop out and assist with machine guns vehicles here. And we're just gonna try and pour it on the turn. So we'll put that aside. These guys are. Let's use that mortar and a machine gun in here. So he got there on the first turn, so he's good to fire out windows. Now, the cool thing with armored rifles, I don't know if I explained this to you. They had a higher proportion of heavier weapons because they had less guys to use, so they wanted to kind of make up the volume of fire. These are 1919 machine guns, and these two are 1970. So I have a lot to throw back at you. However, you're in the woods, so you're going to be harder to get. Let's check ranges. I think probably on this guy. Let's see. Is that my laser pointer or yours? Okay, I was going to say I've got one around here for my good. Hey. Thank you. Actually,
Just because it don't get.
I've actually got two, but one of them has batteries, the other doesn't. He can probably pop shots at parts here. And you just kind of measure things, kind of abstract. With tanks, it's 8.8. Okay, so we're getting most of those guys. All right, so I have 6. That 6 from the next machine. Oh, yes, that from dice. That one. Carrying on with that later. But I will.
That sounds like that hurt as well.
The machine gun fire?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've got 2 medium machine guns and 2 heavy machine guns about to open up, plus the.
So remind me, who is the 7th Cavalry or 7th Mechanized, and who is the Piper or Pepper?
So Kampfgruppe Peiper was led by Peiper, of course. I think his first name is like Joachim or something like that.
Yeah, I had to look up how to pronounce it this morning when I did the voiceover for the video.
Well, he was a colonel, I think. First SS, and he was asked to figure out if he could go to Antwerp, Belgium, from a jumping off point in the Bulge. And he jumped in a Panther tank and tested to see how long he could go and if he could make it the distance to Antwerp. And he said, yes, I can. And so the Germans said, okay, during the offensives, you're going to break through with an armored unit, and you're going to get all the way to Antwerp, Belgium, and try to seize the ports to cut off the Allied supplies. And he was equipped with a bunch of heavier tanks, Panthers, Panzers, King Tigers. He had a Panther. I actually have Piper's Panther over there on the shelf somewhere. He was the first German guy I ever got. But he jumped off and started to carve his path through the Bulge. And what he wasn't expecting was so much U.S. resistance. U.S. engineers blew bridges in front of him, literally in front of him. He ran into all kinds of technical issues. And then a little thing called the Malmedy Massacre happened. Those were first SS guys. They captured a bunch of U.S. soldiers. And something happened. I think they're still debating that today. But a bunch of U.S. soldiers that were captured were standing in a field, and the Germans just opened up on them and mowed them down. They were already captured and without weapons. There were a few survivors, and the word got back to the Allies, and it enraged the U.S. guys. They were not not too happy about that, and they didn't look upon the Germans very favorably, and so they started treating them with some pretty extreme prejudice. And Peiper
Well, at that point,
eventually
you know
got
that
to, I think, the town of Meuse, maybe, and his tanks were running low on fuel, and he had a bunch of technical issues. And so he said, "That's it. This is as far as we can go," and destroyed a bunch of their tanks and stuff sitting there in Leguise, and retreated back to Axis lines. And the 7th, I'm a little less well versed on. If I remember right, the 7th, though, came in as part of the relief.
I think so.
Uh,
I know it's
yeah.
still,
Yeah, that's where I know too. It's Pat rolling in at that stone and stuff.
stones.
Right.
I mean,
there was a lot of units that participated in the Battle of the Bulge.
Oh, yes.
yeah, and I know a small one.
My grandfather was actually in the Bulge. He was 2nd Infantry Division.
Supposedly,
Nice.
may have been a each got they sent home, ended up getting his finishing act at the following rest of the war. He didn't move. But after he was a D-Day animal.
I was going to see if I could find that for you real quick. The cool thing is, these Flames of War books we play out of have the history for most of the units in here. They're really nice and detailed. The Lucky 7th. Let's see. They were at St. Vith. And it looks like they helped the 82nd Airborne.
Nice.
They were under command of General Matthew Ridgway.
Yeah, I know a little bit about the 82nd myself. I was stationed at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I was part of the 82nd Airborne.
Yeah, I remember you were telling us about that transport story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Thanks again for your service.
Oh, well, thank you. That was a long time ago, and of course, I never participated in a major conflict like this or anything to that scale.
Let's see, I think we got one basic infantry, that side, and 2 units. And then I think I'm done digging out that institute. So, here we go. You are sprayed, so you are hit on a 3 up, but you're in the woods for a 4. Same across the board. Your way and mine. Here we go.
I'm headed back to the Pat case. I'm going to switch devices. And I'll be right back.
This one is 2, 6, 8, 12, 16 hits. That is a lot of hits. Now, show you a little trick. I get the hits. So you always do closest to closest. Which view is a line. It's really too much to think about. They don't go down the hit. Range, which might be that second row back every range. Yes, then we're in range. So everybody's going to handle it. Except for maybe the command guy. He's way back. Part of the thing. Yeah. Now, if I have extras, once everybody's like dice, I do have 2 extras. I'm gonna definitely want to probably machine gun. And then, yeah, and then somebody else at random here is going to take the hit. Now, what you can do is mistaken target, because I'm shooting at all infantry here. In the confusion of battle, you might not know which of those MG42s is the most dangerous. So what you can do is you can roll a die and swap your 3 hits to someone else and take their 2. If you prefer to do that, right? Yeah, that deal. Right. Let me see what you need to roll. Mistaken target is somewhere here. Takes me a second to look up the rules. I have most of the basic like movement and stuff like that down, but I don't think I'll ever fully have it. Mistaken targets on a roll of 3 up. So let me get my dice here. Okay. See if it's a mistaken target. It is. Okay. So which poor guy's going to take an extra hit? I don't think it really matters too much. So just take one of those dice and give it to him. And then you can start saving. So go ahead and we'll start with the back row. Guy took 2 hits, so 2 dice. You want 3 or higher. If you fail any 1, you're good there. So let me remove those. 2 more over here. They're good. All right. We'll start this way and work our way down. So 2 more. Uh-oh. That one's down. And then the poor guy took 3. That's a 2. Uh-oh.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
He's down. Next one with 2. He's good. Okay. Guy with 3 again. Got the 2 with 3. Okay. Doubling out. And then your machine guns for 2. Oh, I'm safe. Okay. They just took a pretty hard beat. You still have enough to not have to require a morale check. It's good there. That was a problem. Based. I do have my 3 guns. So if they have HE. They don't have HE. They don't have shot. Although in desperation, I don't know if I'd be thinking about throwing it. I wonder, surely that came to be an instance in World War II somewhere. Oh, got AT. Well, it's a big chunk of lead. Throw it at him.
Especially Bulge. Fly lines for all that stuff there probably.
Oh, yeah.
Really sad.
Oh, I'm looking at the British section. I don't know if you noticed, but that 57mm gun is the same thing as a British 6-pounder, basically. I think they had some slight differences. It does not have the ACOE rule, so they can shoot. All right, so those are 3 shots per gun. Got 9 shots. Get the girl with the rest of them. same number. 3, 4. Oh, goodness. That's 7 hits. These poor guys are getting way pinned. So we'll have to keep track. They've been pinned twice. I've got like 3 guys here I can target, so they're going to get piled up on. And since he's the most visible of them, he'll get 3 unless you feel like swapping. But I don't know if that's going to do you much good. Okay, go ahead and roll your saves here. Dice. Good, okay. Next one with 3. Working my way over. 2 feathers. Oh, okay, the 2 will knock them out. And then the last 2. 2 6s. They are done. That must be the lucky. Let's see. And I've knocked out your entire first row, so everybody else is back. I've lost any shots I had there. They have 2 pins, so what we need to do is get them a big one. We got such big left anyone. Go. I forgot your HQ is that King Tiger. Yeah, I'm gonna get a little nervous. Yeah. Nope, there is no move in the rule. You're good there. And you still have enough to be okay. Once one of those other guys gets knocked off, your morale might come into question. And then once the unit gets wiped out, the halfbacks do retreat, if I remember right, but I will check into that. All right. Here, I haven't got anything really, so I'll put it over to you. Let's see if some reinforcements. Well, this is pretty accurate, people. Oh, this. Did you roll once for the other half track too? Did you roll once for the order or once? Oh, the other one made it. Somebody finally got motivated. The commander screamed enough as his poor guys were dropping. Hey, okay. Okay. And now there's some GI screaming, oh, there's tigers there, because you know everything's tiger. So, yeah. Just caught me trying to sneak around the side. All right. So, your machine guns, you have 3 plus 1 for each additional machine gun on each view. So each Panzer will be cranking out 4 because it would be 3 for the hull gun and 1 for the coax. Well, nice knowing you guys. I think I deserve it after that turn over there. And I'm going to go for some reason that it 6. Well, oh wait, you have not pinned the unit. And the reason you have not pinned the unit is because this unit is larger. It has more than 8 teams to it, and so you need additional hits to pin a larger. So, still, I'm trying to save for 6. How do you just want to put 3 and 3? Yeah. Say that would be the spot. Yeah.
Especially since I'm pretty sure it's first shots. It's
I will have to double check.
pretty sure it's go to 2 down.
Yeah, I think something happened to 5.
Pretty sure they have 2 on the actual big go down 1. So I have
Right. Because you fired the machine gun, so I might check into that. So first guy, withered that tail of fire. Holy crap. Second guy back, seeing his buddy. Oh, not lucky. He stuck his neck out too far. Joe Schmo and Bob Lover. Thanks for you.
checking the
Oh, yes.
more dice on.
You don't want a demonstration of U.S. anti-tank capacity? Targets for T2 base. 18 vehicles, MGs, and ROA. But if hopefully moving, machine gun shoots rate of fire 3, each additional is 1. What about the main gun? The main gun still can't shoot. Which is a little bit weird to me because then you have to frame your gun a different direction after firing, but I didn't make notes. Oh, you know what though? You'd be changing your target. That might be an issue too.
It should be the same.
That is true, and it is technically the same carry unit.
Yes. I should be able to increase that. Okay, fine.
You got the die? I know you can shoot your tanks at different targets, but
So,
right. Yep.
Lisa.
Methods down. We know that. Vehicle moving. Only one machine gun can shoot at 3 versus shoot 1. We know this. I don't see anything saying you can. So let's. Now my question here is, what see from the guy that's you can see? Oh, oh, you're still going to try to cut into them. So you've got 3 more shots, and these just count as basically big machine gun shots. Like nailed him twice. Okay. And let's see, how many times have you hit that?
I've hit him at least.
I think you're at 7.
I'm at 7.
So you're one shot. And you got 8.
I got 6 with 2.
No, you're at 8. That's 4 guys. Even though they're sheltering in a church.
I don't think the Germans are supposed to win there, Cody.
Well, to be fair on that other flank, those poor guys just ran into a wall of really big bullets. But the tanks are kind of doing what they did initially in the Bulge, breaking through, kind of. Those poor guys survived. I need a pin after though. And my HQ is over there, so he's going to grant a reroll to my morale. Fails. Take whatever color you get. You got green, or no, you took I'll take green. Take sir. Yeah, I'm just going to put that strung out. Finished with me?
I'm pretty sure that's all I can do.
Right.
This guy might be a little too far away to shoot. He's in the middle.
Yep.
Three at the edge.
All right. On to turn 4. And 2 dice for reinforcements. I need help. Hey, I got some help. All right. What do I want to bring in? That is the question.
This one bring it.
Help. I need somebody help.
I'm thinking those Shermans might be real useful. Maybe. The question is also, where are they going to come in? If that's randomized. Welcome to the confusion of that. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go with. I need to get those tanks on. So I've got 2 M4A3 EZ8s with 76mm guns and 3 M4A3 Lynx with 70. More than enough to deal with a Panzer. But question is, are they actually going to come in somewhere else? So it looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yours works the opposite way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So please help me. Nope, not happening. They're coming in on the far side. I see how this is going to go. The good thing is, I am over here where I can get them on the road. Oh! I dropped the tank. Thank goodness I'm in plastic. And this is why I always keep super. All right. Well, have a new what is movement on M36. Standard tank. Okay, that helps. Standard tank, 3-12 inches. I think it's time to reposition here. And I don't need a cross check to come out of the woods. Look it up here fast.
Here comes that armor.
Right here. The dodge is just going to take out. Now for the armor. Tank. Road dash of 20 inches.
Aggressive. I like it.
I start and end my input on the road. Guys, that full distance. Dagger it. That way. Way, then you point it my cross again. Oh. No, it's too far away. This might be better than there. bazookas. All we've got. Oops. Nope. Nope. They're going to. All right. Let's hope this looks okay. The Germans are hiding in the woods still, so I don't have shots. Yet. Jackson, not shots for sure. Four bazooka shots. Needing your trades force. In the woods. Whoosh. Oh. 3 hits. No one each. Now we can go into the tank race. Or front armor and answer for 8 up top of that 6. Leave my AT is 10. To equal. Yep, your front is 6, so we check crazy. Bazooka has an AT of 10. Firepower. Not a high chance of destroying, but good shot of Navy bailing. So, 4 will be the equal. 5 or 6, you're okay. Let's start with this guy. Uh-oh. Firepower 10. Oh, he's gone. Okay. Second guy. He's fine. And the third hand. Our check. Nope. He is not destroyed. However, he is failed because you failed the save, and I failed the firepower. The shot still did late. So let me dig out the other mark. Yeah, guys, but the crew leaves out. My bailout marker. And then we'll set your other tank here on the fire. That's a lot of fire. Don't worry. They're going to be in. That's so. That's.
I wish I could hear what Cody was saying.
He's telling me about BattleTech. I guess the poor guy he was playing against had an ammo explosion 4 times on his mech, which lets the pilot take 2 damage per ammo explosion, which is pretty much just
Yeah, I think you had told me
translates
that
to a big
story.
crater. Crater. Absolute crater. Okay, so I have got a reminder. Ooh, this tank might be in trouble. I am in assault range. So I'm going to try this, considering the other 2 tanks back there aren't going to be much help. So I moved, I shot, and I'm going to assault. These guys are actually far away from their parent unit. So the problem is, when I assault, everybody's. But I need to destroy those tanks. So I'm going to try and be brave here, and I have to. Oh, I got ahead of myself here. You know why? Check. So let me back up, because if They stayed in. This is no different. I might have to back up. Nope, I'm good. We're good. 5. I need 4 up. Yeah, because it's confident. Or 4 up or 5. I rolled a 5. So yes, I am gonna go. I apologize for missing a step there. It happens, so if you see it, just call me out. Those markers are supposed to be helpful, but sometimes it happens. Well, see, I get stuck on an idea, doing something, and I just go for it. I think we're too opposite ends of the spectrum. Hyper focus. Right. Okay. Right. Oh, you know what? I might not actually be assaulted. I thought 6 inches. Oh no, still good. It's 4 inches. So what happens here is you're taking to defend itself. It does not just sit there and take it. You have to try and pin me down with your 4 shots, which won't do it. But what happens is, let's clarify the charge it towards. So everybody, including the rest of the unit, now quite separated. Punches up, make for attack. Which includes this guy just pretending he's actually participating. The rest of them. Hey, good job, guy. You just keep on going. We're gonna shout encouragement. And then the whole unit's gonna have to shift back to where you were. Worth it. Worth it to try and kill these tanks. I gotta do something. Not like that. If they do stay up, no, yeah, that won't be pretty at all. You bring it for a specific reason. For me. You know what? I brought AA too, so I completely understand the logic behind that. I'm gonna use my okay. I don't know if he's gonna bring AA. Oh, yeah. AA makes it great, just general machine gun. You can make it happen. Okay, so now roll 4 shots from your machine guns. 3 hits. Okay. And yes, it's a lot of the guys. Then they make saves. Start with that guy. He's okay. He is not okay. And last guy. That one failed me too. Okay. One's making it in here. All right. You better do something, buddy. I need you to. Now I have take assault 5, I believe. I'm gonna double check that. And this goes against your top part. Hands are full.
Hey, Cody.
Take assault 4.
I wonder if you could set your phone up with the camera to like see the dice tray.
Oh, hey, that's good. I wish I had some kind of rig I could put it on.
And that's all good. If you don't, no big deal. But it'd be kind of cool. Yeah, there you go. Kind of, work it out. Yeah, it was an idea.
So I have a
Maybe you could use it to get an alternative view of the battlefield, because really all I can see is the trees in front of you and the buildings on the shelf.
Okay. Do you want him to just maybe give you a flyover with his camera every now and then?
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, sure. Show me what you're doing, whatever, with your free camera. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Go ahead and
Sure.
give him a flyby. That's a cool idea. You're lucky I'm not doing it because I'd hold an airplane in front of it.
Yeah, describe to us what's kind of going on the battlefield.
Okay. So
What do
the
you
very
guys
first
see?
What's that? Sorry.
What are you guys seeing? Yeah.
We got some jumpy GIs here that saw these tanks, got aggressive. They're about to assault this tank. The bazookas destroyed this one and bailed this one out. Can that down just a little bit. Actually, Cody, you can see what you're doing there. So yeah, these guys jumped out. They got bailed. This one got destroyed. These are about to be assaulted. The last bazooka guy there is going to try and get in there and hurl everything from insults to grenades at it and see what happens. I've got U.S. Armor tank destroyer shifted over here to try and help. And then over here, we've got this whole line of troops just kind of holding the farm against the Germans, who have taken an absolute beating so far. And it got a little worse for them because U.S. Armor is moving up.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That is the current situation, which is very fluid depending on what reinforcements come in and change the game.
Well, thank you for that update, guys.
All right, so let's see what these guys do. They'll try and hit you, and this will be a natural, I think, 3 up because we are in each other's faces here. Oh, 4 up. My mistake. 3 up is veteran. Oh, they missed. Oh no. They just hurled insults with no explosives. All right, so that concludes that. Let's see. You get to see if you are going to break off or consolidate. Let's see. This is tanks, so assaulting tanks doesn't usually happen a lot. So see what happens here. Because normal troops, you test to counterattack. Hmm. The assaulting unit did not win the assault. The opponent rolls a single die. Go ahead. We'll see what happens here. Roll a 4. Okay. You are confident, right? No, you're fearless. You're fearless. You need a 3. So now you're going to counterattack. And what happens for that is your one tank rolls 1 die and tries to hit my troops. And you need a 4 up as well because you're clean. Okay, Dan. You ground them beneath your treads. Now, you are technically the victorious unit here, I think. The victorious unit may now move up to 4 inches in any direction, but cannot charge into contact, and may not bring you within 2 inches of an enemy team. And you don't have to do that if you don't want. I don't see why you would want to.
Yeah, that's the only thing I might do.
Yeah, there you go. You earned the movement for the other guys. It could be really bad thing.
Because you get huge.
Yeah, they're hanging out here. All right. I think that's all I've got to muster. We'll turn it over to you. Go ahead and roll a die for yes. Looking for 5 or greater. Got 1. Okay. What is coming in? Bring in some artillery. Okay. And you also have your spotters there in the too already. Now remember, spotters, if you're going to use them, they have to sit still for a turn before they come over. 3, right up the middle. Oh, let's see about this. Counting as real Ks, but those models are actually real H's. I don't have any Ks yet. Not that there's a tremendous difference. Group is a standard tank, which honestly isn't all that surprising. It's a 38 chassis.
Oh boy.
Yep, for standard. Tank destroyers are getting sometimes. That is that counts as Jeep. So Jeep goes 12 tactical, 12 terrain, 18 prospect.
That
And
nice.
they can split off and go wherever they want. To go in, I believe so. Yes. You're in.
I keep on forgetting that Cody's the bad guy.
Yeah. Battle tech though, everybody's been a bad guy. Just depends on what level of scummy they are. Yeah, not fun to Puritans either. Yeah. They have Theodore? Yeah. Theodore. He's actually. Yeah, he's good. I think shots. Yeah, I don't know what's your range. I'm not this at all. But if I dig you back to those 90s, you're gonna. Yeah. But if I could give him 10 minutes. Well, the thing is, armor against Ardennes isn't like bolt action. There's no pins. It's you either destroy them or you don't. But let's see here. You have a rate of 1 weapon moving. So what happens with that? Rate of fire 1 weapon. Well, you only have 1 because you're direct firing, right? Yeah, I have to be there. Well, yeah, you would, because you'd have to sit still before you can. The artillery and the spotters are both kind of the same. They sit still before they fire bombardments or stuff. Yeah. But something happens because you have a rate of fire 1 weapon. They're kind of slow. So let's see what happens. It is to stick the target. Fail. I know it's right there under my nose. Shooting. I know this right under my nose. I've looked it up several times. Rate of fire 1 weapon. 66. Rate of fire 1. You add +1 to the score needed. Pay more. Confident train, so it bumps it up to a 4. It's as if I were sitting in a 2 dice. 2 dice. 1 for each. What's your range? Better check your range. I forgot. I was gonna say if it's too short, which I doubt, you're throwing. Yeah, you're throwing a 155 in there. Yeah, it's 18. 15 centimeters gun. You have 16 inches, I think. It's cutting it close, but yeah, I think you got 1. 2 shots on 1 guy. Yikes. All right. For 4s. You got 1. All right. Now, that is I had Ardennes, which is water. It's a tank destroyer. Probably gonna be like one, maybe two of them. So 36. Yeah, I got a whole two. Yeah, you're right. Okay, has 0. Okay, so you're 18. I guess I need to get the other book back down. That's the one disadvantage to this game 68 is I have to go from book to book. Takes a minute. Once you get used to the numbers and you kind of start to remember them, you can just keep on trucking. See here. You have a 1-up firepower and an AC of 13. So you know what happens? You don't have to roll a thing. Yeah. Boom. Those poor guys. And I'm sure everybody around here just took a look back and then a look to the left and went, uh-oh. I think we're in trouble. Take it all right. All right. Oh, roll to get back. You need a, you're fearless. You need a real thing. Yeah. They are not getting back in that game. Not yet. I got 3 tanks that can put a lot of fire. Yeah, sure can. Are you just aiming for the commander? Oh, that's rude. I'm going to be using mistaken target. Okay. Meat shield, protect me. So 4 for machine gun, then 2 for the. Whichever one just didn't move. Or well, no, they moved up in last year, didn't they? They didn't consolidate. So they're all 4, 8, 12 shots. 12 machine gun, and then how many turrets? Let's see. 3. 3 from your turrets. So why don't you roll the main guns? So you need 4s. 1 hit. I'm going to use mistake target and try to put that on somebody lower. Okay, that hurts. So I'm gonna put it because your range is like 32 inches. I'm gonna put it back on one of these guys. So I'm gonna put it on this guy. Count the 1919 to go down. So he'll make his save. And it's fine. Now for the machine guns. All 12. 4s, that's a lot. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, let's see. You know what? I'm going to take a chance and probably pay for it. I'm going to take those saves. Because I'm in bulletproof cover. I have failed 2. You need to roll a 6 to kill them. So 2 dice. See what happens.
Boo, Cody, boo.
Nope, we're okay. I'm sure that commander is not pleased.
All right, try that after again.
Oh, roll your pin check. Oh, never mind. They are going to stay pinned.
Stay pinned, they're in cover in the middle of the woods.
Their half tracks, I would say, could still move, though. You want to try and move them up. Though technically, well, no, technically they are 1 unit.
Yeah.
So never mind.
That's
all right.
I mean, technically they're still in the woods because one's on the edge.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, those guys moved.
All right. Turn 5. Turn 5. Rolling 3 dice. All right. Let's see some 5s. 2 units coming in. Now the word's getting out.
Hey, Dustin, what's that counter you're keeping over there that you just turned over to a 5?
That's our turn counter.
Okay.
Yep, I usually just try to pick the biggest dice I've got and use them as a counter, which
Okay.
I need to upgrade someday. I want a giant die to just sit on a table in front of the whole thing.
Mhm.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. Get one that's like fist sized.
Oh, I have a couple like that, big plastic ones. Yeah, I'll somehow get it to you. Yeah,
I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
no problem.
Okay. What am I bringing in? Decisions. Feeling like another armor. Maybe handy. Maybe some artillery or scouts. I'm gonna let fate decide. 1, 2, 3 is artillery. 4, 5, 6 is scouts. Scouts it is. 3 M8 scouts and 1 unit of armored infantry. I'm gonna say mounted in their aspects. So those are worse. Those are all rests. I'm sure you felt that as soon as we pick them up. My collection is a mixture of surprises. I don't know how I can start with. Then got the guys for it after. Please. So far, I mean, all right. Oh, yeah, that should be fine. All right. Now let's see where they decide they're going to go with that. We'll start with the map tracks. To far side. Ooh, this will be interesting. This will be really interesting. It's like a major flank going on. I guess that's the armor division. And now for the Scots. A 6. They're coming in over here. All right. Now the question is, do I want to handle the assaults? I mean, they've got some bite to them. They might do something. It's actually, I think, the first time running. Cool thing is, I set those kits up. They can also be stewards. All you do is swap the turret, swap the front plate on it, and you glue them down. Okay, please, Tim. Good there. These guys are going to come back there, take both. I got so excited watching that poor guy try to kill that tank, and then he died in front of him. Oh no. Yeah, 2 hours to get back. But if you think this is bad, Soviets. Yeah, they kept those units. Because they got 5 This is not that. Probably to make up for the loss of quarter and month late the target is charging.
You just reinforced your lines down there, didn't you?
Well, these guys here actually retreated back into the church because when I assaulted the tanks up there, the entire unit moves to charge. And so they all had to move. And then that poor guy died right in front of them. So now they're like, okay, let's just back off. On this other flank, the armored rifles are coming in. I'm going to say that might help. So yeah, these guys went back in the building. Minus the Bazookas, they're going to try again here. Armor took a hit here. Tanks destroyed. But the tanks came in, and then the armored rifles are following. So there may be a break here. We'll see. Depends on if the team tiger just shows up and goes, no, you're not doing it.
All right.
I anticipate that being a very soon thing.
Yeah, because
Yeah, even though. Yeah. Okay.
because yeah, honestly, as far as I probably it's taking to spend more time.
So. I don't. So 4 shots coming back at you there. You, lone bazooka gunner. Go. Go get us something. It's happening.
Good luck.
I'm over here where these guys are gonna have to. I'll have to check one of this guy's blocker he gets covered, but that's a bit of a tight shot for some machine guns. Yeah, they got out of the whole gun range, actually. This. You're just lucky I can't really get money out.
Yeah, this is take a picture.
Yeah. This. Yeah, I don't know. He's shooting past corpse there. We'll see. I'll look into it. Well, hold on. I'm not assaulting just yet. Because he's going to move and shoot first, too. The assault's going to be the job finisher if we need to. Standard take. 20-inch road dash. Let's see if I can end this quickly.
These guys still feel stupid.
Right. That gives me an idea. Ooh, that could be interesting. I gotta think for a second.
I've never seen trees move like that before.
Yeah, the Ardennes had some interesting floaty trees. They just kind of got out of everybody's way, you know? Ascension trees. Oh, yeah. Tree ends in World War II.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, in a way, treants were inspired in some part by World War II. They say that Tolkien was first started writing the Lord of the Rings while he was away at war. At least the early goings of it, the idea of it.
Pretty sure Sam.
What was that, Cody? Yeah, I can't hear you on the other. I can't hear him on the other side of the room.
Cody said that Sam was inspired by one of his battle buddies.
All right, okay. Samwise Gamgee, huh?
And I don't know if I mentioned it. My second game right here.
Wow, you just moved an entire platoon. Looks like I almost two platoons. Half a company, if not a company, just popped out of nowhere. That's awesome. Let me get a look at that. How many troops are those?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 stands troops with two 1917 machine guns, two 1919s, 5 bazookas, a mortar, extra rifles.
Now those tigers may be in trouble. Are those tiger tanks there? Is that what those are?
No, those are half tracks here.
Half tracks, okay.
I might actually go for tactical here. I've got a lot of cross checks to do. If they can get in the woods, those half tracks might be in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a cross here order. With a 3, I think I needed a 4. Nobody's seating in that. All right, first easy 8 closest to Cody. 3, nope. 1 behind. 3. Sherman number 1. Succeeds. Sherman number 2. Succeeds. And the third one. So the 375's got it. The 2 easy 8s are sitting out. All right. Now those half tracks and troops are in a little bit of pickle. No, but I can machine gun you like you machine gun me. I'm gonna give it back to you. Let's see. Do the rest of my movement first.
I think it was Philip of Macedonia that first coined the phrase "eye for an eye," correct?
Was it? I'm not too familiar with my ancients.
It was Babylonian or something like that.
Well, I know his whole like government was based on that whole thing. Philip, he actually had only one eye.
Yeah, I know it
Yeah.
was. I think it was Babylonians, and then eventually got over to the Persians and then Greeks.
Yeah, Philip of Macedonia. He was the first person to actually have a standing army, from what I understand about history. If I'm not mistaken, I know that Cody is more the history buff. I am more of a history. Well, not a buff, but more of an enthusiast, I suppose.
I guess my area of specialty has always been World War I and II, and a little bit of Civil War.
Maybe Civil War, Napoleonic, World War II, Wild West, a little bit of ancient.
Yes.
World War II.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've dabbled here and there, but I can't claim to just be super knowledgeable about some of those areas I haven't extensively looked into.
I've had health issues my whole life, so I've done a lot of reading.
Yeah, I'm far more knowledgeable with ancient warfare than I am more like World War II and stuff like that. Although I do have some knowledge from different books that I've read and things I've looked up and things of that nature. But of course, stories I've been told and from service members as far as my family went. But yeah, nothing quite like what an actual historical knowledge. Not at all. Only a little bit of things that the 82nd were involved in back when I served there. It was, I went to a lot of the museums there. I regularly guarded them, so may as well see what's inside.
I will say some of my college classes definitely expanded my little bit of Middle Eastern stuff. Okay. We got to do a simulation class of the Council of Council of Acre, Second Crusade, and we were the French delegation. I was Count Fury of Flanders. In fact, I've got a great big old Flanders shield that I made just for that class. But by the end of it, we had all of the different factions on our side as the French, including the Germans. We actually had somebody got so mad at his own delegation he defected to the French, which was weird, but it worked. And then at the end of it, we were deciding whether or not to attack Damascus, Syria, which was actually an allied city, what I remember. And historically, they did choose to attack, and historically, it failed spectacularly. And we ended up doing it, and the end of it came down to a secret die roll that our professor did. And he added bonuses for each good thing we did. And the only thing that won us the scenario was an 11 or 12. He rolled an 11. We were the only class to have ever done it.
Wow.
And that's like the state of saying the two period is the part that basically has the forward reacts fight location. And it's not such the future. Of course, that well, if that's the case, to me, it's pretty great. Nothing scientific. The teacher's like, I've never got that too, but I guess you can't. Yeah. Good point. Inmates like this. They don't have a whole bunch of punch. Next. Maybe I'm putting some pressure on it. Yeah.
What was that?
So Cody was saying that due to the pressure I'm putting on that side, he really needs some reinforcements over there on that plane.
Oh yeah, I could get it size. Here, sit down.
That might be a problem for me. Yeah. That's kind of the same thing I'm doing to you.
So let's put in your base. 3 or 4. I can get up.
Yep. Let's do there. That's all right. Right. I'm trying to be a little more aggressive. Yo. Yeah. The winner up behind me. Right, that's the one that skimmed around the corner. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna slip outside and smoke myself a cigarette.
Right. Bazooka,
Oh,
we'll start over here.
bring him with me.
One shot. Yes, we're assaulting. We're going in. For what it's worth. Tank destroyers. Are you over 16 inches? Oh no, you kind of earlier. Or at 16.
At least this was 16, so it may be at 17.
All right. So yes, over 16. That gets you plus 1 armor. For what it's worth. Congratulations, you have like 2 armors against 18. Like, yeah, steady a little bit. So you're over 16 though. That attacks a +1. So it's force hit you. 3 shots. I got a 4. I completed on the guy left for what he's worth. 3 firepower because even with the +1, you're not saving against AP, very painful. 90mm gun will turn that pace real quick. I expect the US 90mm. Oh no, that's a 155.
Oh, no.
Inside.
Chops, come on. Chops.
Yeah.
Sorry, actually, it was dog out.
Right. You got AT-14. I was going to say 3 up fire power still. 1 of them's dead. So that's, of course, I'm shooting at the other one. But go ahead and leave it on there. Vehicles stay on the field, but they well, here they get caught on fire. However, I knocked the unit of 2 down to 1. That's a morale check to stay on the board. You're fearless, so you got a better chance of it. I think 3 up for you. Okay, he's staying on. Bravely staying on. All right. German tanks. I'm going to start with the big guns. Here's the thing about Sherman tanks. They always get 2 shots. Moving or holding still. You tack a +1 on them regardless. You are in the woods. Gonna bump it up to 5. I got 6 shots for 5 at the halfbacks. 2-5. I'm gonna put it on 20 mil. And this guy gets punches. Oh, that's gonna cut 3. That's gonna go straight to firepower 2. I'm pretty sure. My AT is 10. Your side. Well, you know what? No, I don't think it. One's well, the 20 mil one. I think that's good enough for a shot. So the 1 is the side shot, but I think your armor's not gonna take this side of the way. Would you like to mistake the target? Okay. They're all halfbacks, so you can see if the confusion sets in. It does. What do you want to give it? Oh wait, I forgot. That's only to swap hits with other units to take hits. So that would work. No. You have to swap dice with something. I guess that only works for certain. You have 1. Cannot save. So they go straight to fire. If I fail the firepower, it will fail. Halfbacks it fail just like me. So we'll start with Gunner and 20 mil is failed. However, he is failed, so you'll want to leave a fail out. Or I can break it front of the This guy is I've only got 4 of those, like, okay, 3 words. 6, 4 things. And now for machine guns. I'm just going to go for the infantry. Machine guns is German cannon. More than that. It's got coax, all and an AA. Temporary relay, coax, funnel, and 50. So that is 15 shots. I think that's bad if you look at your honey students. Yeah. I'm ready to play this before we get those together. Yeah. So you just put on something. Yeah. So here we go. 15 shots against the troops. More because they don't have to worry about stabilizing each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Here's good. Thankfully, kids don't stack. Okay. I could not hit your command. They were quarter for the half back, so they're good. I could have given them partial number, I guess, but they're close. You've got a team with 5 and a team with 4. Let me get my dice out of the way for you here. Team of 5. Wow. Yeah, I'm impressed. Team of 4 then. That's wow. All right, guys. Oh, they went so lucky. That, yeah, I'm in a dangerous spot. But the question is, oh, I can select you first. Hmm, that would be the way to go. Just to get them on the table. All right. I think everybody that can shoot has shot. So let's start over here with these 4 guys. 4 shots. See if you can turn them back or kill them. There's no turning them back. It's either kill them or no kill them. Or machine gun. Assaulting tanks is. Oh, you were talking about the other guy. Let's, I honestly say no. So let's just do the 4 there. That makes it 2 hits. All right. 2 saves. Nope, they're dead. They tried. They get their medals. It worked for one. I'll take that as a minor win. Man. All right. Yeah. It's gonna assault you. I want those guys young. So they're already in contact. Yeah. think your Panzer Faust are 4-inch range. I will double check it. Guys, getting close. I actually think it just out by a pretty little fraction of a hair. I don't know. But it's you think it's like in the track? I know, I don't know if that's enough. Yeah, but I'll let you have it. Oops. Problem with that is I did not shoot at you because of half that. That's the game. Those happen all day long. They don't even have to aim. It was just one. It's face. Still, you might not have done it. Say that. I can grind that last guy down. I think it'll force your morale change. Actually, you might be able to check that. Check the numbers. See. Your Panzer Faust. 1812, 5 up to kill, take assault 6, 4-inch range. So, one shot. You need 4s, 5s, because we're in the woods together. Ardennes, 4s. Got one. Okay. 1812. My friends, I think I have a same one because I have a late Sherman. I think it's got a 7, a 5 or a 6. And for A3, late is 7. So 5 equals 6 would be okay, same chance, but okay. So I equal firepower check to fail. I need a 5 up, I think I said. Your firepower? Yeah. Oh, uh-oh. So now the Shermans get 1 attack apiece to try and grind you underneath the fence. And I need to hit you on a 4, I believe. Yep, greatest 4. 3 shots. 3 grindy, ready. Got it. Okay. I have squished those 4 guys. Let's see. I got to consolidate 20 branches. Have half mine to shift over. See if I can't get those Shermans into place. Yeah. Now, don't play shit. Sherman closest to me. He's not going in. Furthest. They're just going to sit. I like those pretty trees. Yeah, exactly. If there's any one thing I've learned about this game, vehicles don't like going into rain. Makes sense, but at the same time, it's frustrating.
I'm back. Oh, yeah.
I think that's it for assaults. So, done with this turn. Go ahead and do a morale check for those guys over there. 1 die.
Yeah, I see some burning vehicles over there.
So what happens is these guys are bunkering out. Scared the heck out of them. So they are still unpinned. So this is how to do it, just for fun factor. The bailed out ones stay because they got jumped out. The guys, they're still able to move, throw it reverse, and head for the hills. The infantry follows or jumps. So they left, and then I put a flame marking on the remaining 20 mil because it would be either destroyed or captured. Okay. 3 dice for reinforcement. I'm guessing it's 13. Let's see. Are you gonna let fate side?
I'm gonna see. I already got- see.
We gotta pick what you want first. That's good. One and on 6, which is this far in. No, that far in. Yep. It got spicy over here again.
All these abstracts. Still,
Are you dismounting?
oh, they're gonna be mounted on this company.
On that big.
Big one.
Is that a withdrawal?
No, that's reinforcements coming in. That's a
How much?
Panzer. Panzer Grenadier platoon.
Mm.
Your team, right?
Half track. So that will be, I believe, 8 inches. On the regular, no, 10. Sorry, 10 and terrain dash of 10, cross country 18, and road of 32. But if you do any dashes, you won't be able to. Yep. You'll have to pop out the next turn that time. I think my DI's gonna. We're gonna have a fight to the event.
I got all. It's gonna be here.
Yep. They don't dismount just yet, though.
On these sticks still.
They're right there.
Roll for one guy.
Yep.
Plus,
3. Nope. Those guys don't want to get back.
I still get 3 fire at that.
All right. Never mind the guy sitting right here. All right. 3 8 gunshots.
Yep.
Well, right. So I'll take those saves. He's good. I had a similar situation, which is very church and a king time. And I spent the entire game using king time to try to kill the guys in church. And no matter how many hit times I hit that guy, he would not go down. So now that I've said that, fixes it. So you got 4 12 shots. They are pinning it. Well, it's, yeah, part of it. Yeah. Let's see. 2 fail. So 2 6s. Oh, we're good. There's something about shooting that one infantry every game. So okay. If, here's the thing. You can either shoot direct or you can spot. I would advise you shoot direct. That's kind of because the reason is you have one gun. It's a one gun bombardment. You reroll your hits. So it's best you just shoot straight at it. Yep, one deck. You need we're over 16 now, so 5, 4. Yep. We don't reroll. That was for bombardment. So when your guns drop to basically a less effective amount, which is 2 or 1, you reroll what you hit. So it makes it harder for you to actually land the hits. But that's why I'm saying direct fire, it's either hit or miss, and we'll have to break out and actually hit. All right. can hit your command unit. I can hit your command unit over there. So I give you a shot from the rear of this one, the rear of this one, and probably this one, even before they all start shooting each other in the back. So you'd have 6 shots. 20. So I'm putting up a 20 of these. Go ahead and roll your 6 machine gun shots. 2 3s. Hits. 1, 2. Force. Oh. So go ahead and allot those posts. Which one's your? They both are back there. 1 second is second, one is command. My second command. Hey, this is second command. Second command. Yeah, that's infantry command.
Old soldier.
Yeah.
Combat soldier. Pick up your weapon and follow me.
No, that's 8 centimeters.
We are the infantry.
Centimeter gun. Got 4 shots in that thing. Now you're going. Oh, you know what? You did that a little bit wrong because you want to spread these out among what else. It's all part of one. So you're going to want to go probably there, there. Keep spreading it out each other. Go back. Let's say 2 of these. On each of these pads. And then drop David there. Yeah. Okay. So first bazooka guy. The one close to the house. Good. 2 to the next floor. He is double again. That was 2 2s. Oh wait, that was 1E. It's that was more than that. Super. Good. And then the one.
Hey, Cody, can you turn down the volume on your phone? I think that's where the feedback's coming from.
Anders. Unit. He's good. Second exam. It's not good. Second exam. Okay. I think that was drafted. That's what I want. All right, I think that's all you got from us.
Well, that was nice.
We take an intermission.
101.
Hey, Patrick, I'm going to take a quick intermission here, and I will be right back down.
No problem. That's cool. That's all your. Is that all? Is that yours or his? Okay. So they're both of yours. Okay.
Yeah, he has mines closer to the objective. All I have to do is literally throw troops out. But he has infantry that he can literally just turn around and go back.
Okay.
So it will be a race to see who wins the game next turn.
Oh, nice.
It literally is a race because he's right next to an objective. I'm right next to an objective.
Mm.
So, yeah, it is literally a race. But I got what I wanted. I was able to get stuff up there and just run down.
All right. Yeah.
That's exactly what I needed.
So yeah, you just kind of blew past his front line there just by sprinting to an objective, right?
Good to go. Maybe to do anything on the stairs or anything.
Going upstairs is generally better climbing.
Well, his little drive down the flank did exactly what my drive up the flank did.
Yep. Some would call that a quarterback blitz.
I think I might be able to shift back to try and
Defend.
keep some pressure over there.
Yeah. Well, you have all those that infantry there. And of course, you looks like you've primarily broken the line up in the front anyway, as you intended. So yeah, I think you'll be able to defend. And yeah, well, as Cody said, it's a race at this point.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely become a race. The unfortunate part is we're both well suited to a race.
Correct.
I got a few more tricks up my sleeve. So does he. So, see.
Yeah.
The big thing is what flank things are going to come in on. That's really what's a determining factor, I think.
So talk us through what you've got going on your side of the. You've got an objective that's pretty much seized, and vice versa. So talk me through what is the deciding factor between success and failure for both of you. Looks like this is coming to an exciting conclusion.
Yeah. So on my end, I've got infantry trying to hold on to the town with both hands.
Okay.
Some M8 Scots just rolled up to support them. My tank destroyers got caught out in the open and are now dealing with that artillery shooting at them. The Shermans just successfully scared the rest of the initial group of German infantry off the board with an assault. And I guess that's pretty much it. There's some little things going on. But, that's the general gist of it, I guess. Now I've got a hunch. How many times did you hit them?
I hit that 10 times.
10 times? Yeah. 7. Not quite. Not quite there yet. You were close.
That's what I was asking.
You were right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 6. Let's see. 4 dice, right? Take everything I can get. I get 2 units. Let's bring in. I want the rest of my half tracks. Order half tracks. Let's start with the mortars. 5, 6. They are going to support over here. And AA 3, 4 up the middle. Guys, over here. Guys went up the middle. Just gonna bring it in. East. Oh, over there. Already had tracks away. Get down over here. And roll. That's better. That's better. Um, get to the wire. Probably going to end up shooting one of those and seeing what happens.
Good luck, my friend.
Like, we comes. Yeah. Lovely. That's more dash reposition. Cross. Some of these are some of these are four inches, so I can take eight. Eight.
Oh, here we go.
That eight.
Big advance. Back to the objective. Uh-oh. The dog understands the importance.
The little barky one there, his name is Radar O'Reilly.
Radar. Nice.
Apparently, he thinks he's a higher rank than just a corporal. trying to bark orders.
Mhm. Communication specialist.
Yeah. Hey. Let's see. Just reposition a little bit. I think I'm gonna have to get some trees. Lay down, sir. I think my infantry is not that practical. These guys are actually going to stay on this side of the wood. I'm just going to turn around and shoot out as one. Shoot anybody in the back. I'm going to try and get them around front just in case I fail. I'm going to so across here. No. Hey, okay, we're crossing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's the commander made the order and didn't cross himself. I might need to read up. It might go over. But we'll go. Those half tracks are about to come under fire from the Sherman. So that's going to go. Yeah. All right, this is going to pop out of that. They feel like yes. So, yeah, it's going to get interesting. Yeah, both of us are going to be. It's the start of your next turn environment. If you're uncontested, it says if they end their objective, that might be an issue because I ended mine last year away from. Did I just win? I feel a little cheated, but yeah. Held up. Hey, that was just your luck. Let's keep fighting. Hey, I'm fine with keeping fighting. I want to see how this goes, but I did technically win. But hey, that was such a. Yeah. I didn't think about it. I didn't measure that. Yeah. Well done. Too much for climactic battle.
Interesting.
So we did math. I won the last turn with that half track run. We're just going to play it out just for fun.
Okay.
But I did technically win last turn.
Yeah, they were sitting 4 away. And half tracks are tank teams, so they can't hold an objective.
Yeah, that's not really realistic, though, is it?
No, I feel a little cheated there, but that's all right. I kind of that you, but at the same time, I'm just happy of being with you.
Kind of like the Germans declaring Ollie absent free.
Just wait till they get to the next bridge. They'll find a lot of disappointment there.
Ah.
This is just.
All right.
I almost feel. Yeah.
Siege.
I feel a little bad for that, but at the same time, it's kind of funny. I didn't think about that. So I ended 4 away from uncontested.
Maybe I should make a new house rule that the infantry have to do it.
I kind of like any unit doing it, but technically I do have infantry. Good job.
There are some that can't though. I think the scouts can't do it.
The scouts on.
There are some exceptions.
Yeah, but at the same time I had infantry in there, so I can kind of see why.
Yeah.
Still, that's just crazy.
All right. Well, I'm about to exact revenge on those half tracks.
This is just a beating. The Germans won. It's just a counterattack to make yourself feel better. All right, Brett, so I'm going to blast what I can.
6 shots. You know what? I'll fire the other 2.
It's like that. Okay, it's already over. Just fire everything.
Yep.
It almost sounds like you broke the golden rule of leaving the objective undefended.
Well, yeah, I expected that I'd be able to shift over quicker, and the way those rules are written, you have to end your turn holding it. Hold on. Let me look up something.
Pretty sure you have to be 4 away from the objective.
But do you have to sit on it for a full turn?
No, it just says if you end.
It does. What is the definition of holding an objective? We might still be on.
It might be. I don't know. I know a lot of games I played, if you just have it at the end.
Yeah, some do, and then some are like.
It depends on the game mode, because I've had some that, like in BattleTech, there's 2 different ones. One, you just have to have something at the end of the turn. One, you have to have it a full turn.
Tank, infantry, or gun team. And the infantry has no tank.
I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a snack.
At the start of your turn, but then that says the end of that makes no sense.
I think it depends on the game mode. Like this one, it has to be.
Oh. We're not done yet. Transports can't do it either. We're not done yet. Transports can't do it, okay. I was like, this is a little weird.
Yeah, I could see transports doing it at the same time.
Felt kind of off. Do you mind, guys? Moving around on my feet's not ideal, right? And jump. I don't want to just off. Okay. You still have a really good shot, though.
That's a good shot in my turn, taking that back.
Yeah.
So I got some things that if they come on, they're really, really mean.
Yeah, exactly.
All I have to do is get those little Wonder Walkers, entire things over there, and just.
Would you get opposed to me shifting around a little bit now that we know this isn't the absolute end?
No.
All right. I appreciate that.
All mine.
Because I wasn't really at that point, like, well, we're done, so I'm going to move them up. But if we're still on, these guys need to be at cover. So I'm going to actually take them back their full 8 and shift them a different direction. Yeah, I knew deep down something was off.
And even me, I was like, something's off.
That was too easy.
That's way too easy.
Just to roll up like that.
I was like, at the same time, I'm like,
by that logic, you could get a bunch of guys in jeeps and trucks and just go over there.
Yeah, I have 4 recon trucks, 4 recon jeeps, so the fact that I can just freaking run them up, possibly drop some off, and sit the latest mountain first.
Yeah. Well, the jeeps don't act as transports. That's the thing. A jeep acts kind of more like a little machine gun. Yeah, you just kind of run around like that. But yeah, like trucks and stuff.
Other fact that say recon, it's like okay.
That is something else I want for my bolt action Reds. I want some SAS jeeps.
I have one of the little dimers for my Desert British.
I like dimers.
And it just has one little 50 cal on it.
Really? It doesn't have a 20 mil cannon?
It's a 50 cal.
Wow, okay. I guess they hadn't quite figured out how. Oh, wait. Which Daimler got? Daimler 1?
It's a manual Desert Dimer, so.
I'd have to see what variant you got. Okay.
It's already came assembled, so the guy to it front box. It's a machine gun. It's a 50 cal machine. That's what it says.
I'm going to try and spot for a mortar bombardment on your takes for what it's worth. Your top armor is 1. I don't know if I even have any kind of penetration on the mortars, but it's worth a shot here. There is my mortar pack. Oh, boy. That's not going to work out so great. No, you know what? I can bail you. Your top is 1. I have a AT of 2. So if you equal, I would bail you. Worth a shot. Seeing as my commander has been sitting in the tower this whole time, and even gonna attempt to bombard. Let's see what happens. Trained guys, I don't ever hold my breath from actually landing a bombard easily. Use this region marker.
So, dumb question. I'm just thinking, I shoot my half tracks first and then get my infantry out and shoot, or what I then have to do unload them and then shoot everything with the infantry and half tracks.
You would have to unload them first because you go movement phase and then shooting phase.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I'll save that for bombardment phase.
Yeah.
Nobody can shoot anything over here. Tank destroyer, I'm going to fire 1 off at the
Little thing.
whole thing. Yeah. Needing 4. Not getting it. Let's do the second one. You know what? It is going to be what it's going to be. Same target. That one got it. All right. Firepower. Okay, get out of here. Stop annoying me. There we go. That works.
I knew those would probably die, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I need to.
Way too much effort.
I'm like, I need to just. I mean, I was hoping I would have been hilarious if it survived a turn, shot 1, and then they all had to run off the board.
I'm going to attempt another quarter note here. Let's see if I can actually do it. I might not be able to. Actually, I don't think I'm going to be able to. Shoot, scoot. Would have been nice, but I think I have to hold still before doing it. So they are out in the open. Once again, that was a silly move, but I didn't expect us to keep going. Did not move. Okay. That doesn't work. Oh well, they did something. Let's roll 3 bazooka shots. You have a +1 because you have a wall in front of you. Yep. So 4s to hit. Hey, there's 4. Yep. AT-10 to your side of like 1. So that goes straight to 5 up firepower. Dead. Boom.
Change the bail on that one, or no?
That one's just a gunner.
Yep.
Because your side armor's like 1 or 2, and my AT's like 10.
Yeah.
So that one I don't even have to look at the books for. More often than not, those little anti-tank weapons will bail something instead of destroy it. So
Yeah.
I'm going to take that as a minor victory.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do the takes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 6, 9, 10. They're over 16 inches, so that's +1 hit. That bumps up 4. I'm above you. I don't think that wall's going to count for much.
No, but would I get that house?
Some of that, maybe, but I don't think the whole unit's in cover enough from the house, are they? I get that a bit of a long shot. I'd say those 3. Go to this guy here. He's out in the open. So I think 3 of them are okay. 2 of them I'd get cover for.
Yeah.
So I will roll them separately.
That's what I just saw that and like, you know what? I'm just
Good call. Always do.
Especially in a game like this.
Yep.
Same time, if it's like too outrageous, I'm good with not asking.
It gets stupid, and I'm like, no, that's too
But
much.
if that, I'm like, I can say if I have my unit, yeah.
Yeah, and I typically try to talk myself through stuff like over here where I'm just kind of getting tight. I talked it through enough. I'm like, yeah. It's always the best way to do it because it is going down to fire. Yeah. All right. So 4 shots from those 2 Shermans at over 16 bumps up to 4. Wall or house bumps to 5. Nope, those guys missed. But now for the 4-ups. 2 of those. Okay. So that's 2 3-up firepower checks for the Sherman. I'm going to allot it closest. So let's see. Next closest will be here. And it's probably here. So we'll do the one closest to the destroyed 20 mil. No, but he's bailed.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Furthest down is bailed as well.
Right. So which ones are dead and which ones are?
Nothing got destroyed. Oh, yes, something got destroyed. That's right. The machine guns are riding in those 20 mil half tracks.
Yeah. So one machine gun's dead.
Make a save. I think he gets a save. Let me double check.
I might get a save. I think I might get a save.
I think you do. Yeah. Go ahead and roll it to start at. Oh, he's funded. That is the ACS 5, which I'm pretty sure means.
Pretty sure I get a chance to.
Yeah. When a continuing carry faster is destroyed, sold rolls on 23. 23. Roll safe. Yep. Place the surviving passengers as close as possible to the destroyed transport on the side away from the team that destroyed it. So you're going to have to put it on the other side of the half tracks, probably.
Like right there, yeah, or even just kind of like right here behind the wall.
Well, you have to be as far away from the teams that destroyed it as possible. So
Just the other side of the half.
yeah, which makes sense. Oh, there's a tank over there. Let's see.
Because another one got destroyed, and it was just regular infantry team. So do they get a chance to save? Or
Those are bailed. Both of those are bailed. So they won't be jumping out of that one. They are still sitting there, but they're just stopped.
Yeah,
They can jump out stuff like normal. So you might want to grab a couple bail markers and stick on those 2.
Yep.
A little bit of disruption, less machine gun cover if you. Well, actually, you would have to rotate your half tracks to start covering your guys because the guys jumping out will be able to man these back ones. Those are the passenger fired ones.
yeah, I knew I was going to have to do that. Still,
Okay. And those are the 2 closest on this side, yeah, but you can leave over there as reminders. Remember?
oh, remember. Yeah, I just know that if I can get all of these on there,
It's going to be interesting.
because all I have to do is clear out the guys that are forward.
Yep.
Even just even these enough to get there, that's in the firepower. I shouldn't be able to, clear enough that I guess.
Oh, I've got 350 cals there. Let's see what a 50 cal does. That might be worth shooting at you, too.
That might be not really. I mean, honestly, it's going to be down to wire. It's whoever just. What's funny is this may actually hit me tie.
It may. This is worth it. AT of 4.
Yeah.
Against what's going to be your side arbor. And it looks. Say so. Oh, no.
Yeah, that's it. What the hell? Maybe. Just depends on the half. This one's ready.
Yeah, I wouldn't got it from the tanks, probably. I think they're too far away, but I've got 16 inches, I think, here. I'll stick the pals. Oh, yeah. I can nail. Yeah, I didn't cover, though, then. So, well, no. It's over there, I didn't. So we'll do that. I think it's actually cover, but we'll do that next game. Since we've been playing the other way. So I have make shots. Shield of fit. Well, I just had it. Yeah, we fired 3 heats. Firepower 5 up, so it's like shooting a bazooka, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a save from these.
Okay.
So I've got 9 shots, AC4, firepower 5 up. So 9 shots, 3, 6, 9, and a natural 3. Yeah, not the greatest, but I'll take it. I got 4 hits. 4 hits, so better. One has to be here because that's all he did.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll double up on the guy. So my AT is 4. Let me look up your sidearm when you have that. Even if it is 0, you can still roll and go for a natural save. It's only a dash that you don't. I enjoy the fact they count for some kind of, armor.
Sorry. So, dumb question, is all your HQs infantry?
Yeah, my HQs are infantry. I had 2 of them though. You had 1 tank. There's the difference between our armies there.
Yeah, so I already wiped out the second in command, so I can just target those 2 and specifically and possibly write the entire army off the board.
Well, I don't think it entirely works that way if the HQ dies. I think it transfers to the next guy down the chain. I'd have to look that up. Maybe. I've had 1 scenario where I've actually done enough damage that everything runs off the board. It's kind of a rare occurrence.
And like the Finn having all infantry, I might be able to do it, but I'm not entirely sure how it works.
Actually, I think that was the game I lined up my railroad cannons on some poor U.S. Rangers. He brought air support, and I had 8 Yeah, that air support didn't last. They were ready to fire 3 each. And so, train cars over there with the double 88s. I had him lined up on the rail line, and he was assaulting towards me, and he got past cover and started to come out at me, and they just went to count on him.
This is going to be interesting whenever it gets to my turn. I'm pretty worried. What I'm not aware, I'm low is I have road hollow.
I forgot one thing. Those machine guns are pinned down. When they jump out of the transport that's been destroyed, they are pinned down. So
I kind of guess that. That's why I put a pen marker over there.
Oh, you already read. Oh, you were 1 step ahead. Okay, so go ahead and roll the save for your other AA gun half track. You need to either equal 4 for bail or go above for being okay. He's good. So then your half track that took 2. Go ahead and roll for him.
2 save, 2 dice.
2 dice, yep. He's good. All right, last one to look. Uh-oh. So that's a firepower check. I believe I set it to 5 up.
Yep, 5 up.
Oh! Okay, that's going to be a problem for her. So, I don't know how many you have riding in each. I think it's 2 infantry teams.
I think so.
So what would happen is this would be destroyed, they jump to the far side, and the whole unit counts as pinned, unless you can unpin them. So look. You'll be that. Well, actually, you've already got a pin down sitting here that counts for the whole unit, so you're good. I do need some flames, I guess. You can get something off that giant ball. It's been taken apart, put back together so many times. But I like about shoots back. They give you some in every box, so I have a bunch of them already. That's what my Zrini came with. A little pancake boom. And I love those. I'm excited about this too, even though it's stupid and slow. Can't shoot first, but getting in the game. Well, that's like the IS-2s for this game. You pretty much have to hold still to fire it. But if it hits something, it's going to feel it. And the ISU 152s, if they hit something in a building, they hit everybody in that room.
One more, it's funny. My 85 P-34 has as much damage as my last two.
You were saying that, yeah.
But they both have a heavy gun. Yeah, so I'm just like, the only what I like about it is I have an option of machine gun for flamethrower. So what I was going to talk to you about is just do one and then I change it and just go for green.
Oh, like on the model?
On the model, because I'm only going to put one gun on it.
The only difference between a T-34 and an OT-34, to my knowledge, is literally just fired out of a machine gun.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I was, because I'm only going to build it one way.
Yeah.
Because I don't really feel like thinking there. I just want to make sure I can just change it.
Yeah, just tell me what it is. It's all good. That's like that having a pintle mount. It doesn't come with one.
Yeah. Yeah, like I know my IS-2, I can add for extra points, add a heavy machine gun on it. I don't know if it comes on one or not, still.
I got a couple ISs with issues up there.
I'm excited for the election, especially since Amazon has French resistance bullets for like $30. So I was like, I think it's working. I might get a squad with them just so that way I have probably a full force.
Yeah. All right. Continuing on, I'm going to attempt to land a bombardment.
Let's see.
Try and fall in. I'm going to probably position it where it hits everybody. Wow. Okay.
These Panzers have lasted longer than I think.
Yeah, we really haven't been able to counter them too well.
No. What's bad is I expected them to need to stay back here and fire, but at the same time, they've just dealt with it. They've kind of kept everything pinned down in there.
Yeah. They've been able to act at their own leisure there.
I'm pretty sure this town's already bombed out with all the shells that's thrown into it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure they bugged out a long time ago.
I'm going to try and put it there. I have 3 attempts to get a 5.
Okay.
Because it is a 4-up +1 because I'm covering terrain with the marker. Big thing. First one. Oh, first attempt. I am ranged in with those mortars. And that's 4 hits, 3 guns, no rerolls, and 3 tubes. To hit you. You are training. You want a 3-up. It would have been a 4 if I went to second or 5 on the 3rd attempt, but I got you on the 1st.
Yeah.
And I hit all 3 of them. Okay. 1 to each. However, you have a very easy save to make. You need to roll. What did I say?
I think a 5, 3 or something.
Your top armor is 1 on the Panzer 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Double check this, make sure I'm doing it right. Top of 1. I think my AC was
2.
2. That sounds right.
So that's like a 3+, or?
So basically, if the top is 1 and my AT is 2, even if you roll a 1, you're going to be equaling the bail. So basically, don't roll a 1. So, for the take a neg. Uh-oh. There's 1.
I'm down.
Okay. Let me roll a firepower check 2. Well, let me see here. Check the stats. Gotta get to that page. There we are. There we are. AT of 2. You rolled a 1 plus your top armor is equal, so it's a firepower test fail on. Wait. Okay. My brain stopped working there for a second. Equalment. So it's a firepower test to fail.
Yeah.
Shoot, there we are. Destroyed. Scale out. Equals. Yes, firepower to bail out on a 6 because mortars are 81 mils and stuff. They're best for out in the open. Nope, not bail. Hey, that actually got somewhere a lot better than I thought. Take it.
These things are like, oh, yeah, it's raining.
Yeah, I hear some thumping on the top.
Yeah.
Okay. That is all I got.
Alright.
So now you're up to 4 dice.
For us, alright. Alright. What's bad is I think I only have 4 units left.
1, 2, yeah. There you go.
Because the transports are over there.
Ooh! All right, 3-4 coming in. Yeah. Here comes the hurt. And 1-2 is this corner, isn't it? All right. Hey, he's staying away from my armor over there. I am okay with that.
How far does a heavy tank move?
Not far.
Oh, I don't expect it to move far, but still.
The question is it slow or very slow? I think it's just. I don't know. I wish I had a directory of the stats of absolutely everything. That would
All
be
right.
great. Slow tank.
Okay.
Slow tank.
Everything else is coming this side, so.
Oh boy, here we go. Slow tank rolls at a speed of 8 inches. If you dash, it's fun. And you can't shoot. Dash. Now it's got a little more interesting.
Because these have cannons.
Yep, little. I think they're 105s or 100s.
They're hundreds, 105, something like that. I took them because I thought they'd be good for mass infantry.
Yeah,
And up here, they really don't have to move much and just boom, 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 boom.
yeah, they're in a good spot.
You could. I got everything over here I wanted to. I was like, you know what? If I can get at least these over here, I can deal with that. Got that objective. Yep. These guys over here should be able to clear that out. So
Might still have this yet.
it's either going to end in the tie or 1+1.
Yup.
Very much the case. Oh. And another thing. I need to get home. I have a dinner in Jeff at 4, so I need to get home at 3 at the latest. So we need to leave here at 2:30.
Okay.
Well,
I think it's 1 o'clock.
Cody.
Yeah.
Can you give me a little pan of the battlefield there, the mayhem that you got going on?
The King Tiger came on. Got some anti-air Panzers, and then I got some mortars up here.
So, as the smoke settles over the frozen fields of Andreas, neither side can claim a clear victory, and yet neither side walks away untested. The 7th Armored Division has held its ground with grit and resolve, repelling wave after wave of Panzer assaults, but at a cost. Lines are fractured, supplies run thin, and the bitter cold takes its toll on men and metal alike. Peiper, though unable to break through entirely, has struck deep. A daring flanking maneuver placed a primary Allied objective at risk. A gambit that nearly turned the tide. The offense may have stalled, but the war is far from over. In the end, the battlefield remains locked in stalemate, a draw written in fire and ice. But history will remember the courage and strategy and the sacrifice on both sides. This was the Battle of the Bulge, and tonight history was made in miniature. And thank you for joining us. And with that, would you guys like to go ahead and give me a little something from you guys? Say adios. Let's see where. It sounds like you guys are getting ready to wrap up.
Yeah, I got one more shooting phase.
Yeah. So, my name is Dustin. You can check me out on Facebook. I just started a new page called Damage Dice Den Hobby and Gaming. I'm still working on it up, so if you see it, it's going to take care of bones a little bit. I'm going to aggressively add my wife and I's hobby ventures, and everybody else joins us, so feel free to check that out.
Cody? Yep. I'm Cody. You really don't have anything.
All right. Well, I'll see you tonight, Cody. We play D&D, of course, and
Yeah, I might be a little late, but I'll be there.
understandable. You took place in a major battle. Anyway, until next time.